Alleluia, Alleluia,
Hello again, friends. Well, this is a little bit of a different look, isn't it? I thought today we would talk about Eucharistic Adoration. Now, of course, the best way to engage in Eucharistic Adoration is actually go to a Adoration chapel or go to your church, whether the sacrament is exposed or not. Now, you see on your screen pretty dramatic, a pretty dramatic exposition of the Blessed Sacrament, right? Beautiful imagery, isn't it? This is out of Poland, actually. I'm not sure. I probably saw this in an article somewhere some years ago. This is EWTN Poland, right? EWTN Poland. This is live adoration. If you just watch a little bit, you'll notice that those figures are moving, right? This is live. Okay, there are a number of live adoration sites out there. Anyway, I bring this up. I pull up this particular site because it's not the same as being there, but it's not too bad either. Okay, especially if you have a smart TV and you can tie this into your TV and have adoration there, maybe even if it's just in the background, right? But just to sit for a while, spend an hour, spend a half hour, spend 10 minutes, a minute, right? Just have this bookmarked maybe, so you can access it whenever you like. But just beautiful. When I do, I've mentioned before that I do a class on the Eucharist in a program for deacon formation. And I always start off each day. We do this normally over 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We always start each day with 15 minutes of adoration, where I invite, and I invite you to do this as well, I invite the men to contemplate the Lord in the Eucharist and the chapel itself, to kind of look around the chapel, and then invite them afterwards, if they so desire, to just relate what came to mind, what's been on their heart, maybe something. And so I'm encouraging them and encouraging you to observe this particular chapel. What jumps out at you here in this chapel? This is now quite unique. This is, if I don't even know if, properly speaking, we would talk about this as a monstrance, but gosh, I've never seen anything like this. I'm sure that you haven't either, unless you happen to be on this site previously. But my goodness, you have the Blessed Mother there, and who's at her heart, in her womb, I guess. Well, not quite her womb, I suppose, but in her center, there's the Lord and his large host. Okay, and it's something. If you this is nighttime apparently, and I'm sure it is in Poland, because that's a stained glass window on the left, I'm quite sure. You'll notice the color changes if you look at this at a different time, and if it's daytime in Poland, because they're probably about, I'm guessing 5, I'm not sure with daylight savings time or whatever, but 5 or 6 hours difference, I'm guessing. So they're well into the evening now. But the light, actually the colors change. Okay, so blue, we always think of blue with Our Lady there, but just kind of check out the setting. What strikes you? The stars, right? We think of the Book of Revelation. Kind of looks like she's amongst plants, maybe in the new Eve in the Garden of Eden. There's appear to be fresh flowers there, and maybe as a tulip up front. Candles on the side. Focus on those candles. Remember when I spoke recently about there's someone moving, heading out. That major conversion story, Andre Froussard, right? He was looking at I think it was the second candle on the left, and all of a sudden his conversion happens to him in an instant, right? So I don't know. We can ask for conversion of heart. So anyway, if you're not able to make Eucharistic adoration in a chapel, or if it's not as convenient, or not that accessible, or if you happen to be a stay-at-home person or a homebound person, this is not too bad. And there are a number of adoration sites as well. I'll click off of that momentarily, but and then the other thing I would say here is that at adoration, I'm reminded of Teresa of Avila, always bring a book with you to prayer, right? There are some, of course, very specific to adoration, and I'm thinking of, I brought this up before, prayers for Eucharistic adoration from Father Groeschel. I have reflections and prayers for visits with our Eucharistic Lord by Cardinal Carberry. This is a tan book, I'm pretty sure. No, this is Pauline Books and Media. I picked up from there. Nice little prayers in there. If you happen to be praying the Rosary, there are certainly, well, of course, there are tons of books that help you pray the Rosary. I also have a scriptural Rosary, which I like very much. That's over here. Scriptural Rosary. These things you can find in Catholic bookstores. Of course, you can find them online. Anyway, praying for the poor souls in purgatory. Thomas à Kempis's somewhat less famous work, Imitation of Mary. Of course, you can take Imitation of Christ. There are all these. This is a very famous little Pieta prayer book. There's the little blue book, it's called. Another blue book, Catholic Devotional, and nice little prayers in there. You want to do a novena. Maybe you do this every day for 31 days for St. Joseph. Of course, there's all sorts of Marian novenas. And this book, this very popular book, this is, I know I got this from Tan, probably available elsewhere, The Secret of the Rosary. Beautiful little book, 50 little roses in there, broken up into 2 sections. What the Rosary is, so the origin, prayers, mysteries, dive into those, and then how to recite it. Proper dispositions, indulgences, different methods, and then there's all these stories that go along with it. There's little stories, little miraculous stories, just wonderful, beautiful little reading. Each one is about a page, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but about a page each. So you could read a couple, you could read one each time you go to adoration or whatever. But this is just an alternative, right? Again, not the same, but definitely something that I encourage you to have handy. I at least want to make you aware of it. Now, on top of that, I'm going to escape out of here. And you can note, I'll go back to my original YouTube search. My YouTube search was Eucharistic Adoration. And you'll see I picked this live one from Poland, but there are others, right? Here's one from Australia. This one is from Florida here, South Florida, and others, okay? But what you might want to do is if you find one that's local to you, there may well be one. Put it in, put your town in, or the nearest big city or something like that, and see. But you see there's a bunch of them. And you may find another one more edifying for you, or you might like to switch it up a little bit, or whatever the case may be. So that would all be fine. And then another thing that I would add to that is something you could do is I pulled up your music for Eucharistic Adoration, right? So you can sort of combine the two. Now these aren't, okay. I don't know that there's any way they would have a live version of it unless they happen to be playing in the chapel. But I will, for example, click on this, and what you can do is then you can have both of these running. Okay.
Drinking coffee every day didn't work for me, but I couldn't.
We'll bypass this very quickly.
So I went from 184.
Okay. So I'm going to put the microphone up to the speaker, but you have this in the background, and so what you can do is this. You can have adoration up. Let me try a different one here, just to mix it up a little bit. And so in your own home, especially if you have some nice speakers, but even just from your TV is fine, and you can have an experience like this.
Misericors
So it seems to me that time can hardly be better spent than a little contemplation in front of the Blessed Sacrament, even if it is in your own home. And a kind of a way to sanctify your home a little bit. And you know what? Maybe you have some guests over, you like to play a little music in the background. Maybe have this on your TV in the background. Not so bad, huh? Not a bad way to display your faith. So, in any case, I will close off here with that. And I look forward. I hope this has provided some inspiration. And I will put those resources down in the resource section. God bless you.